So now we move on to the alarms module. And here I'm going to show you how to set up a new alarm, edit an alarm, and then view the alarms in the report. The key features here are to create, edit and view alarms that notify you of consumption changes via your chosen channel. So first of all, we need to select the alarms module. And to create a new alarm, firstly we need to select new alarm. And I'm going to show you how to create a threshold alarm here. You've also got the option to create a zero consumption alarm, which will notify you when the channel has missing data. But from the drop down, we're going to select threshold alarm, and I'm going to select next. The threshold alarm notifies you if you've breached a certain tolerance. And I'm going to choose test site 1. Okay. And I'm going to select that meter. Now I'm going to set a daily alarm, and I'm going to set a value of 500 kilowatt hours, and I want to be notified if it goes above that value. So in the value of, I'm just going to populate with 500, and I'm going to say notify me if it goes above that value. And as I said, it's going to be a daily alarm, but you can do week and month and real time. The real time is a half-hourly values. I'm going to select day, and I want to be notified on the trigger of sun. So that will tell me when the alarm reached its tolerance. I want the alarm to be active, and I want it to be active Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. But again, if you wanted to set a weekday alarm, you might want to remove the Saturday and Sunday. I'm going to leave the start date as today up here, but you can change that. If you're starting a project, you might want to put it from that project start date just to monitor it from there. I'm going to leave it as today's date. The start and end time, I'm going to leave it as a 24-hour period because it's a daily alarm. But if you wanted to, you could restrict that, and you could put it to particular hours of the day on the alarm. So I'm just going to select next. You can have as many recipients for the alarm here as you like, and the recipient doesn't have to have access to the system, but they will receive notification if they breach that tolerance. I'm just going to select next. I'm going to give my alarm a name, and this just notifies me what meter it's on and how I'm going to be notified. Over here I've got two options. As I was saying, if you're going to create a zero consumption alarm across your portfolio, you'd want to create a grouped alarm, because then that would just send you one email but notify you of the sites where you have an issue. But because I've only selected the 1 meter here, I'm going to create an individual alarm. I just search for the alarm. That is my alarm now. And in here, you've got the details. You've got the value, you've got it daily, trigger on some, true. If you hover over it, it will tell you where the alarm's going and the meter that it's on there. Now, coming back to alarms, to edit an alarm, you just come in here, and if I go into test, search for test site 1 again, my alarm here, by clicking on the box there, in the actions, at any point I can delete the alarm, or I can set it as inactive. So you might want to set the alarm as inactive if you know you've got a lot of activity going on and you know you're going to breach 500 kilowatt hours daily for a time period. You might want to set it as inactive. Then when the increased activity is finished, you might want to turn it back on again. Or just thinking of schools, for an example, in 6-week holidays, if you know the school's not going to be in use or limited use, then you might want to set it as inactive for that period and then turn it back on in September. You've also got the option to delete the alarm, but the inactive option just means that you don't have to delete it and reset it all back up. Again, it could be seasonal as well, so you could have different alarms for different time periods during the year that you turn on the alarm and look at that. I'll also show you how to view your alarm in a report type. So if I go into view alert notifications, this here tells me the alarm name, demonstration alarm, the number of times it's triggered, and the last time it triggered, the meter that's associated with that. So if I wanted to view that in a report, I'm just going to demonstration alarm, and this gives me all the views of when it's triggered. So there's 88 views in there. I'm going to go into the latest, which was April last year, view the meter. So the blue line there indicates the consumption. The red dotted line indicates the actual benchmark, the tolerance, and the red bars indicate when that was breached, when there was a breach to that. So you can see through April last year there was quite a few breaches, and it just indicates that to you. And if you hover over it, it gives you the value for the alarm there. But in total on there was 88 breaches across 3 years at a daily level. And you can see where it's breached in the report. It always gives you the monthly view. So if you go into a particular day, it might give you 3 or 4, or in this case 7 or 8 breaches in the graph, and then you can export that obviously to PNG or JPEG. Well, thank you very much.